Am I the asshole for snapping at my friend who keeps ditching me because I now have a child? Just over 2 years ago, I, 29, unexpectedly got pregnant and now have a beautiful 18-month-old daughter, Sierra. Over that time my friend circle got considerably smaller, but my best friend remained, Mia, 31. Mia doesn't have kids nor wants kids, but she's been brilliant with Sierra. I'm a som and obviously don't have as much time to hang out as I did previously. Mia and I live on the same street, we're in Manchester, England, and it's a walking distance between our houses. I've told Mia numerous times that she can just pop in whenever she wants to, she works from home, but she rarely does. She did at the beginning, but it's been happening less and less. Instead, she keeps suggesting we go out for coffee or pizza or even a drink, but I don't have the time and always just tell her to come over and we'll have coffee at my place. She asked if I wanted to go out with her and her other friends for a drink last weekend, but I said that no, but she's welcome to come over and we'll have a few drinks at mine. She said she already had plans and it felt weird to drink when she knows there's a child around. Honestly, I feel neglected. I feel like she put me on a back burner and doesn't want to be friends anymore. I'm always available, but she rarely comes over and I don't think that's fair. Today, I saw her photos from Saturday night out and I was fuming. She ditched me just so she could go and drink like she's 20 again. I felt rejected and horrible. I thought we were best friends, but she clearly doesn't value me when she won't even have a few drinks with me at my house. When she finished work, she called and asked if I fancied going for coffee to town, but I asked her to come over again. She said yes, but before she disconnected, I heard her mumble, like always. This really annoyed me. When she came over, I decided to be open about everything. And while not my proudest or most mature moment, I shouted at her that she's an awful friend that she barely comes over, and if she doesn't want to spend time with me to just say it and stop playing around. She said she's always been accommodating, but it's been 2 years and she doesn't want to spend time with me when there's always a kid. Especially now when she has to watch her language. Mia likes to swear. I said that she knew I had a child and responsibilities. And she said that Tom, my partner, could take care of Sierra once in a while so I could have a time off. This felt really intrusive and I told her to mind her own business and not meddle on my marriage. I was really angry with her and kicked her out. She called me a selfish asshole on her way out. Normally, I would expect her to call by now with apologies, but she hasn't done so and I'm starting to wonder, was I the asshole or was she? Perhaps I was too harsh and should have been more careful with discussing it. You are the asshole. She didn't ditch you. She asked you to go out with her friends as she'd made plans. She's not drinking like she's 20, she's drinking like someone who doesn't have a child. P.S. She's right. Your partner can look after your daughter once in a while. And should do, to try and bond with her. Edit. Over 60k karma. Y'all are crazy. You are the asshole. You're always expecting her to accommodate you because you have a child. She's been coming over to your house for over a year because she understands your life has changed. You're putting in very little effort and assuming that it's on her to maintain the friendship and compromise. Why? Because you're a mom? She didn't ditch you, you've been a shitty friend for a while and she's probably done with you. Info. Why can't Tom take care of Sierra once in a while so you can have time off? Am I the asshole for telling my friend to man up, or not to come to my wedding? Context. Me, 31M, and Taylor, 30M, have been best friends since forever. We were school buddies, college friends, my parents love him, we've vacationed together many times. Taylor is a very affectionate person, kind, thoughtful guy. 3 years ago me and Ann, 31F, started dating. And now I'm pretty sure she's the love of my life. Brilliant woman all around. We're getting married next January. The conflict. After a long and thoughtful conversation, my fiancée voiced her concerns about inviting Taylor to our wedding. Basically, she had 2 main reasons for asking him that. 1. Dress code. Taylor is a 30-year-old punk. He wore a dress to our prom. You know, that kind of guy. 2. Taylor is dating a guy. Which is not the problem. But his partner is also very flamboyant. Anne wants a very minimalist, quiet, calm wedding, because she struggles with anxiety and ADHD. So, that was her request. I talked to Taylor the next day, and I told him about Anne's concerns. Tay said, "Do you think I'm gonna show up in a white dress?" and laugh about it. But I told him he needed to promise he would respect the dress code. Black tuxedo for the guys, that was the code. I got a little caught in the moment, so maybe I was harsher than I should have been. I told him to man up, and to act his age. I said some stupid stuff like, people laugh about you. Do you want to be a joke? He said, sure, no problem, and the next day he declined the online invitation. He keeps telling me, we're good, and everything is okay, but the situation it's bothering me. I love Tay, but I know he can be difficult. My group chat with my family is burning because they don't understand why he will not be there, and our friends group chat is dead since the news dropped. Am I the asshole? You are the asshole. This could have been a really easy, hey, it's important to my fiancé that everyone respects the dress code. Telling him to man up, act his age, people laugh about you is beyond rude and mean. It's cruel. If I was Taylor I wouldn't attend your wedding either. You need to apologize and take responsibility for being a prick if you have any chance of maintaining this friendship. Though IDK Taylor would want to. You are the asshole, and let's be real here. You chose to say, man up, because he wears dresses and you think that makes him less of a man. Am I the asshole for asking my husband to pay for our son's college with his daughter's fund? Update. I, 36 female, have been married to my husband, 57 male, for 2 wonderful years. I have a son from a previous relationship, Noah, 18 male, and he has a daughter from his previous marriage, Grace, 17 female. My husband considers Noah his son and is in all but his name. Noah is an amazing student, high GPA, plays basketball and football, volunteers for charity and is an all-around great person. Noah has recently received a likely letter from his dream school and we are all ecstatic about it. My husband and I started talking about finances and how we are going to contribute towards tuition fees. I was a single mom until I got married, so I haven't got much saved, but my husband has mentioned the fund he's been collecting for college since his daughter was born. Now here's the part that I'm asking if I'm the a-hole for. But please read the rest of this post before making judgments. I do explain myself. I asked my husband if we could use that money for Noah, it's enough for all 4 years of his degree. He said no in the beginning, but I explained that while I love Grace, she isn't very academically inclined. Average GPA, no extracurriculars, and has even said that she's going to the community college close by for the first 2 years. Plus, she's a junior, we have a whole year to start building up another college fund for her. My husband is still on the fence, but at least he's not sticking with no. He wanted to talk to his daughter first and reiterate what I said above. It did not go well. He said there was screaming involved and included her calling my son and I names that I will not be repeating here. Accusing him of cheating on her mother, which is completely false and she knows it. We met 3 years ago, 7 months after his divorce. I've been getting a barrage of texts and voicemails from his ex-wife's side of the family, calling me all sorts of names. My husband is disgusted with his daughter's words and actions and is pretty upset and down right now. I feel like I've caused this, but my mother, sister and aunt are telling me that I did the right thing. That my son deserves that money. I heard about this sub and wanted to get an unbiased opinion. Am I the asshole for asking my husband to pay for our son's tuition? I was asked by mods to say why I believe I may be the arsehole. Because all of his daughters and ex-wives' family is saying that I am, and I can see how upset my husband is. I can't help but think I may have caused it. You are the asshole. My son deserves that money. Wow. He doesn't deserve anything. You met and married a whole 3 years ago and you expect your husband to pay for your son's tuition? That's ballsy of you. Wow, you are the asshole. So, new husband of 2 years. Your daughter is kind of an idiot, so I think that you should give my perfect son her college fund that you've been saving for, since she was a baby, presumably, with your ex-wife. How are you justifying that to yourself? You are the asshole. Our son. His daughter. Nuff said about your morals and ethics. Edit. I've seen your update. You are a monster and it's clear you are a home wrecker. Feel proud destroying that child's relationship with her father? All on your soul. Am I the asshole for refusing to allow my family's property, willed to me, be used for my cousin's second wedding? I, 27M, am the owner of a property that was formerly my grandpa's home. My grandpa was a farmer and he had this awesome property built whenever my mom and her sisters were in high school. This was the family house, which my grandpa also built a giant garage on which my cousins have been using as a reception hall the last few years for their weddings. When my grandma died, my grandpa and me started hanging more and I worked at the property since I was little. I am the only grandson he had. All my cousins on my mom's side are girls. In 2018 my grandpa passed away and I was left the property. This caused a bunch of drama amongst the family. But I know exactly why my grandpa did it. My grandpa was not a perfect person. He was very old-fashioned. Hated divorce and was very traditional. His beliefs clashed with his daughter's. He wanted to hand his farm down to a son. He didn't have any, and none of my aunts married the type of dudes he liked. So I became the de facto option. My grandpa especially disliked how my aunts were in their relationships cause he preached commitment. That man loved and was loyal to my grandma. My cousin, 28F, is getting married this fall. I'm at my parents' house and my aunt goes, "Well, the reception will be at the house." I told her nobody has talked to me yet. She said that since every other cousin had their reception there it should be a tradition. I said sure, but they all asked me and I wanted them there. Her daughter didn't ask me and I don't support the wedding. It's really legit reason. This is my cousin's second wedding. I'm not even close with her. We differ politically, so I have her muted on social media. I didn't even know she was engaged. Me and this cousin hardly speak. Also, this is her second marriage. She cheated on her first husband with this dude, who was also married at the time. My grandpa would never approve of that or want that on his property. Also, I would have to be involved in the setup and clean up if it's at the house. I don't care to sacrifice my time. If she wants to rent the property and my time, then she can pay me a premium for the short notice. But I'm not doing it for free. I explained this all to my aunt and my cousin. They both threw a fit and tried having my mom talk to me. She tried pulling the family card and a guilt trip about my cousin having no money. I said my cousin has no money because of her divorce. It's a sham wedding and her dad wouldn't support it and she knows that. There was a reason that her dad didn't trust the property to his own kids. I said all my other cousins have been good people, so I was willing to help. But this cousin and aunt are rude. My mom said I won't be invited to Christmas most likely then. I said okay, find another venue while you are at it. The house is the hangout spot for Christmas. My dad is calling me an asshole, but I need to a fair judgment. Am I the asshole? Esh. You suck for using your grandpa's sexist and bigoted views as an excuse for not wanting your family to use your home. And if you agree with his views, you're the asshole for that. Your aunt sucks for just expecting you to be okay with having a wedding reception at your house without asking. Your mom sucks for thinking she can just uninvite you to a gathering in your own home. At this point, your whole family needs help. For this very specific occasion, since she cheated on her ex-husband, you are not the asshole for not supporting her second marriage, especially since she didn't even consult you about it. With that being said, I sense an underlying tone of sexism from your grandpa, and you seem to be preaching from the same choir. Watch out. Esh. They should have asked first rather than assume. You have every right to refuse, but your reasons kind of suck.